so comfortable. It's time to go to sleep. Maybe by next Christmas you'll have a home. Merry Christmas, my angel.
We've had another very successful year. So, after all that hard work, it's time to start preparations for next Christmas. What in the name of Sam Hill is that?
Little bloody diapers.
His name is Buddy. He must have snuck into your sack at the orphanage.
So, Santa had a decision to make. Fortunately, when it comes to babies, Santa's a pusher. So Buddy stayed with an older elf who had always wanted a child, but had been so committed to building toys, he had forgotten to settle down. Santa? Yes, I raised Buddy. Though Buddy grew twice as fast, he wasn't any different from the other children.
Not too fast, Bucky.
I mean, not really. There were a few drawbacks to being a human in an elf's world.
Hey, Ming. I'm going to be a little bit short on today's quota.
Sorry, buddy. Just how many etch-a-sketches did you get finished? Come on, buddy, how many?
I made 85.
That puts you 915 on the pace.
What are you just saying? I'm the worst toy maker in the world. I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Buddy, you're not a cotton-headed ninny muggins. You just have different talents, that's all.
Seems like everyone else has the same talents except for me.
You have lots of talents. Special talents, in fact. Like, special talents?
You changed batteries in the smoke detector?
You sure did. Triple A's. And in 6 months, you'll have to check them again.
Whoa.
And you're the only baritone in the elf choir. You bring us down a whole octave.
In a good way.
See, buddy, you're not a cotton-headed ninny muggins. You're just special.
And so, Buddy was sent where the special elves work.
I'm gonna pick up the slack on those etch-a-sketches.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Buddy's killing me. Now you got Lum Lum and Choo Choo pulling doubles.
Quick thinking yesterday with that special talents thing.
I feel bad for the guy. Just hope he doesn't get wise.
Well, he hasn't figured out he's a human by now. I don't think he ever will.
Buddy, are you okay?
I'm sorry, Papa. I just need some alone time.
Buddy, I think we have to talk. I then proceeded to tell Buddy of how his father had fallen in love when he was very young with a beautiful girl named Susan Wells, and how Buddy Eaton was born and put up for adoption by his mother, and how she had later passed away. I told him his father had never even known that Buddy was born, and most importantly, I told him where his father was, in a magical land called New York City.
My dad works there?
Empire State Building.
Hello, buddy.
Oh. Hi, Leo.
Quite a long face, buddy.
It seems I'm not an elf.
Of course you're 6'3" and had a beard since you were 15.
Papa says my real father lives in a magical place far away. The thing is, I've never even left the North Pole.
Buddy, I've been around the world many times when I was a young cumulus in the sky. It's a wonderful place filled with wondrous creatures. Except dogs. Oh, by the way, don't eat the yellow snake. Oh, I know that. All I'm saying is this might be the golden opportunity to find out who you really are.
So Buddy's in crisis. He's just found out he's a human in an elf's world, and his whole world is spinning. And you gotta know you're in trouble when you start looking to a talking snowman for advice. But in that crisis, there was an opportunity to find out who he really was, to find his true identity.
Yeah, and listen, y'all, there's nothing we want more for you this Christmas season than for you to find out who you really are. I know, and I'm convinced as a pastor that finding your identity is the most powerful thing you can do. Because when you know who you are, nothing can shake you. And the Bible makes it clear in Jeremiah 1:5, before God formed you in the womb, He knew you. Before you were born, He set you apart. Because God made you unique, He set you apart, and you're one of a kind.
As powerful as knowing what our identity is, embracing who God made us to be can be one of the hardest things we do in life. It's hard because we can each list all the things about us that we don't like. All the things in the world that when we compare ourselves to, make us different. The problem with comparing ourselves to anyone or anything is that we start making that thing or that person the standard and not God. And that's be.
And if that's you tonight, you most likely are struggling with something big, something like the way you look. I asked Pastor Mark to share this point because even though it can affect all of us, I know many of you girls here tonight are really struggling with this area. You feel like you're too tall, or too short, or too big, or too small. Maybe you feel like your nose is crooked, or your ears are pointing. Whatever it is about the way we look that we don't like can become the focus of our life and keep us from being who God made us to be. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 16, the Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Identity is never found from the outside in. It's always